Hey everyone, how are you doing? My name is Jen Polson and I'm the founder of Jen Polson Consulting, and I'm excited to be here with you today. I'm here in my Nashville place of residence, and I'm excited. I've got a fun topic that I want to talk to you about today. Hey guys, thanks for joining. For those of you who may be new to watching me, and maybe you're going to be seeing this video on YouTube and don't really know who I am yet, I just want you to just give you a quick description of what I do. I am an energy coach. I help people overcome their blocks, their limiting beliefs, the things that are really holding them back. And hey guys, hey Jan, hey Heather, hey Michelle. So if you have found yourself or noticing yourself in any kind of patterns that kind of happen over and over again, I help overcome those blocks that are keeping you in your patterns. And we're going to talk about that today. So my topic is, I'm going to show you this card here real quick. Abundance, or true abundance, is an inside job. I love these little cards from Gabby Bernstein. And I want to talk about what that means and how you can get to that. And so here's a little, just take a minute and think about, and maybe you want to do this later, but make a list of everything that's going right in your life. Okay? Everything that's going right in your relationships, in your work, in your business, in your overall happiness, in your health, just whatever, all the things that are going right. And then I want you to make a list and of everything that's not going so right, everything that you would like to change. And I want you to watch for things like patterns. Okay, so think about, what in your relationships, whether it's your marriage relationship, whether it's relationships with your coworkers, whether it's relationships with extended family, your kids, like what things would you like to have different in those relationships? If you're just joining us, we're talking about how abundance is an inside job, and we're talking about making a list of all the things that are going right in your life and all the things that are going not so right in your life and what you would like to change. So what about your money and your money habits? What would you like to change about that? What would you like to be different about that? What about your health and your weight? It's a big one for people. And so tell me the things that you're doing good, or write down the things that you're doing well, and then think about the things that aren't going so great. Okay? Be honest with yourself. Look for patterns of things that kind of keep happening over and over again. So one of the things, I'm going to give you it's not my personal experience. I hope my daughter Sydney is okay with this. But I want to give you this experience because it's a block that we're working on for her. So she's in college right now, and she's trying to sell her contract because she's headed overseas for the first time to go on study abroad. And she's super excited about that. I'm excited for her. So she's trying to sell her apartment contract, and she keeps having people show up saying, yeah, I want to buy your contract. They come look at her apartment, and they like the apartment. They tell her they're going to buy it, and then she doesn't hear from them. And this is a pattern that's been happening for several weeks. And so we've been working on what is that's going, what's the underlying belief that's been happening in this whole process. So we've been working on that, and but it's kind of an example of a pattern that keeps happening. So maybe it's your health or your weight. This is really typical. Like, people will lose a lot of weight and then maybe get triggered by something, or and they start to fall back into their old eating habits, and then they put the weight back on, and a lot of times more. Well, there's usually something behind that pattern. And it happens with our money sometimes too. It's like people will earn a big commission, or they'll move forward in their business success, and then all of a sudden when that extra income comes in, everything starts to fall apart, and that extra income has to be used for your car, getting your car repaired, and your refrigerator goes out, and you have 3 or 4 things that sucks up that extra income. Look for patterns like that, of things that go well and then kind of fall apart. Those are the kinds of things that have underlying belief systems that can be repaired, so that you can have things work out, so you're not moving forward and then falling back all the time. So okay, so my next question is, what are you willing to do to change what's not working? Everyone just take a breath on that. What are you willing to do to make a change? And here's another question. Are you willing, thanks Kelly, are you willing to take 100% responsibility for what's going on in your life? Take a breath on that, because that can be a really big question, and it's going to be one that really sinks into your heart. Okay, here's another question. Are you willing to let go of all of the excuses? All of them. The excuses about time, money, I don't know enough, I can't stick with it, just whatever your excuses are for keeping you stuck in some of those patterns. Are you willing to let those go? Now, if any of those questions made you uncomfortable, yay! Not that I want you to feel uncomfortable, but when we have those moments that feel uncomfortable, that is our signal that we're starting to wake up. And the more awake we are, the more power we have to change. Okay? Okay, so thanks you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. It's fun to see everyone. So I'm going to give you a few ideas of what you can do to start putting yourself in this mode of developing abundance from the inside out. Okay? All right. Let's see. All right. So the first one is, and it always is, the very first thing that I recommend is check in with how you're doing spiritually. Okay? Are you taking some time every day to connect spiritually? Are you allowing yourself to be filled up by that divine love that is yours? And no matter what that looks like for you, it's really important to take some time every single day and connect spiritually. That's the first thing you can do to start creating this inside job, of creating abundance. All right? Okay, second step that's super, super important. And this is one of the things that keeps people the most stuck in being able to move forward in any way in their lives. And the second step is to forgive. Forgive yourself. Start with forgiving yourself. Okay? Start with believing that, your past is your past and it doesn't have to define you. Forgive whatever mistakes you've made. Forgive whatever stupid things that you've said. Forgive yourself for, hurting somebody else. Especially, we all make mistakes and we all hurt people unintentionally. And sometimes we do it intentionally. We got to forgive ourselves for that too. Okay, we got to understand that and see that. But holding on, and definitely after you forgive yourself, definitely forgive everybody else. One of my favorite affirmations is, I love myself enough to forgive everyone for everything. That's so powerful. And as we forgive ourselves and others, it frees us. It is so freeing. You're going to be able to do anything you want and move forward in ways that you don't even imagine. But holding on to that stuff that we need to forgive just is like a weight around our shoulders and a weight around our feet. We can't move very well with that. Okay, the next step that I have is get some exercise. Like, take care of your physical body. Eat well, exercise every day. Get a little bit of sunshine. Okay? We need to take care of our physical bodies. When our blood sugar levels are everywhere, all over the place, then it's really difficult to be hormonally balanced. It's really difficult to stay like emotionally calm in any situation. So take care of that physical body. It's the only one you've got. You gotta take care of it. It's gonna last you a long time. Okay, the next thing is write down what you want. So I was just having a conversation with a young adult woman, and she was telling me how her mom always wanted a piano, but their family finances, it just wasn't something that they could afford to have. And so her mom one day made a wish list of the things that she wanted, and that piano went on the wish list. And so shortly after that, they moved into a new house, and the owners said to her parents, hey, we've got this piano in the basement, but we don't want to move it, so if you guys want it, you can have it. And I thought that was the most amazing story. So writing down the things that we want or the things that we want to change has a lot of power to it. And you guys may have heard that before. But write those things down, and write them down in a way that like you're grateful, that like as if you already have them. So I'm grateful for a piano, or I'm grateful for a healthy body. I'm grateful for a business that is growing every day. I'm grateful for the ability to be peaceful and calm in every situation. So the things that you want, just write those down as gratitude statements. Okay, my next tip. Listen to something positive every single day. So, if you like my messages, and you can go on my YouTube channel and you can listen to a message every single day. Or, there's lots of amazing people out there with amazing stuff. One of my favorites to listen to is Terry Saville Foy. She's adorable. She's from, thank you, Sarah. She's from Texas, so she's got this cute Southern accent, and I love her story. I love her story, and I love how she incorporates spiritual concepts into everyday life. And that fills me up. And I listen to one of her YouTube videos almost every day. And then, I just find other people that are inspiring to me. And so listen to something every single day. And I heard her say once that if you listen to something just during your driving time, in a matter of like 2 years, you can have the equivalent of like a 2-year college degree. That's how much information you can take in. If you just have something, to listen to that's inspiring as at your drive time, or your walk time. Okay. My next step is say no. Okay? How hard is it for you to say no? So I'm not talking about saying no to your kids if they want to spend time with you, or I'm not saying to say no to show up to work if you don't feel like it, right? That's not what I'm talking about. But a lot of times, we just overbook ourselves. A lot of times we fill things up, we fill our day up with so many activities, and we wear ourselves down. Okay? So learn when you can say no to certain things. Now, realize that if you have been a yes person your whole life, there are going to be people that don't like hearing you say no. And there might be some resistance to that. I'll call it resistance. All right? You have to just be okay with that. The way that somebody responds to you making a change in your life, a positive change, is none of your business. It's your business to take care of you so that you can show up in a way that God wants you to show up. So you can have the knowledge, the energy, to have everything you need so you feel really good and live your purpose and live your divine truth. So learn when to say no. And it can be saying no to staying up too late. It can be saying no to sleeping in too long. It can be things like that. Okay, things that that are kind of not in integrity with who you want to be. Okay, so and the next thing, my next tip is, if you're doing all of these things and you're still feeling stuck, then there are some underlying belief systems at play here. Okay, whenever you're trying to move forward but you can't seem to move forward, it's not that you're doing something wrong. It's simply because you have these hidden subconscious beliefs that are playing out, and they need to be healed and they need to be repaired. And my team and I are experts at that. And so I want to encourage you to really think about, are you willing to even give that a try? If it seems, whatever your impression of that is. I remember when I first heard about energy coaching, I thought it was weird. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was in alignment with my spiritual beliefs. And so I had to do a little simmering, I guess. God had to do some more work on me to open me up. Because what happened was, when I started healing those negative beliefs that just developed throughout my childhood, it wasn't my fault. It was just the way I perceived things about myself. And when those things started to heal, then what happened was it opened me up to having a better relationship with God. And that's what really has been like my motivating force in creating change in my own life, and then helping other people create change in theirs. So what if it was just that easy? What if you could have a session with my team, someone on my team, or with me, and in an hour we could get rid of a whole bunch of negative belief blocks? Would you be willing to take that kind of action, even if you don't understand it? Even if all you have is a little bit of hope of feeling better on a daily basis, or feeling like, your money situation could be better, or maybe your relationships could be better. What if some time and investment in yourself could change your health, could change your marriage, could change everything? So I'm gonna leave you with that. But I'm gonna ask if you have any questions, because I know for some of you it might be kind of a new situation, a new concept. But if you have any questions, message me here and I'll answer them while we're on Facebook Live. If you're watching this as a recording and you have questions, feel free to reach out to me and message me on my Facebook page. You can go to my website at jenpolson.com and contact me there. Or you can email me directly at jenpolson@gmail.com. And I'm happy to answer any questions for you. Okay. Y'all are being shy today. So list some of the things, if you guys want to, some of the things that are going right, and then some of the things that you would love to see change in your life. Anybody want to share? Let's see if I can go back and see. Thanks for the hearts. Haley, yeah, staying awake. I love that. Okay. So what would you guys like support on in changing? It could be something about your business. It could be something about a relationship. Kelly says less stress. Awesome. Oh, Sarah, I would like my kids' attitudes to change and be more positive. Okay, I love that. Michelle says, I feel like I'm creating money, but it feels like I have a hard time keeping it. Okay, that's a really common one for people as they're building a business. Okay. All right, so Kelly, I'm going to ask you, what are you willing to change so that you could have less stress? What are you willing to cut out of your schedule? And what are you willing to start doing in your mind to change that perception of stress? Okay. One of the things I coach my clients on all the time is when they come to a trigger, just take a breath, put a drop of patchouli essential oil on the top of your head, and just state, I'm willing to let that go, and I'm willing to be peaceful, or I'm willing to feel love. Okay, and just that little thing right there, I promise you, will help reduce your stress. And also, if you guys get on my website, there's a free download page, and I have a 10-minute toning meditation. That's one of my favorite ways to reduce stress. 10 minutes. Sing along with it. It'll calm your mind. It will calm your body. And for those of you who love essential oils, I would put some patchouli oil around your ankles when you do that meditation. And also like some frankincense on your heart. Let me know how you like that. Okay, so Sarah, attitudes for kids. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to tell you a personal experience on that. So, and I'm not sure if this will apply to you, Sarah, or not, but I'm just going to share this. So you guys know we recently moved, and Grace, my youngest, is she's in 6th grade, and she's going to a new school. And I've noticed, as she's kind of gotten into those preteen years, that she's like kind of stopped talking to me a little bit, and can sometimes be a little tiny bit sassy, but that's okay. That's okay. But one of the things but I started feeling concerned about it because I felt like this distance was being created between the two of us, and I didn't really quite know how to break the barrier, because I could tell, like, every time I asked her questions, she just was like, Mom, I don't want to talk about that, and I just didn't want to talk. And so I could have gone a couple different ways, right? I could have felt sorry for myself. I could have been frustrated with her, but I just gave her space to just be in whatever mood she wanted to be in. And then we started playing tennis together. So the last couple weeks we've played tennis almost every day. And just by doing that, finding like our thing that we love to do together has been amazing. It has, like, I'm noticing every day she's opening up more, she's offering information, she's chatty, and it's really improving like our connection, and it's really improved like her general attitude, her general, when I ask her to do stuff, she's happier, she's more likely to say yes and not give me, too much crap about it. Anyway, so think about like how you can connect with your kids, something that is really important to them. Okay. And then Michelle, as far as the money part goes, I'm just going to tell you that, continuing taking action, like creating that momentum, is really powerful. So you want to just keep doing what you're doing, keep building your business, keep trusting in yourself, keep being peaceful, even as that money comes and you have to use it for things. Be grateful that even though these things have kind of fallen apart, that you've had the money to repair them. And I think being in gratitude and staying in gratitude is one of the most powerful things we can do. And it's something that you must develop. It doesn't come easy all the time. It kind of depends on the magnitude of the situation, right? So really practice staying in gratitude all the time for what you have. Okay, Haley, honing in on my voice instead of mimicking others. Okay, interesting. So my favorite oils around like being connected to your voice and being confident in your speech are lavender, spearmint, frankincense, and vetiver. And sometimes I just use lavender and spearmint, and sometimes I add in the frankincense and vetiver. And so those essential oils are amazing. Use those every day, and you will start finding your own voice. Okay, and really get some clarity on what your message is too, and that's going to help you as well as you're finding your voice. Okay, Laura, now I need work with forgiving others and myself. Yeah, I think that's something that we're always in the process of doing. That's just always going to be a part of life. So as much of my own like clearing work that I do, I am always practicing forgiving myself. So when I get frustrated, when I start like feeling fearful about something, when I have a critical thought about myself or somebody else, I'm always monitoring those things, and immediately I catch them and I forgive myself. And so it's just constant practice. And doTERRA has that amazing Forgive oil, so just keep that with you all the time. And then also I think cypress would be really great for you, Larinelle, down your spine to help you move forward, okay, and forgiving. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, cool. Sounds like you guys are doing good with your oils. Yay. Okay, so also remember too, if you've got a situation like in your home or your work where there's some grumpiness going on or some heavy emotions going on, some really good oils to diffuse for that are lemongrass, or you could do a combination of like lemon and lime and frankincense. Another one that I love that I use almost every day is lemon and Douglas fir. And that one is a production blend. Like if you want to get things done and feel motivated to get things done, lemon and Douglas fir are amazing in the diffuser. And so anyway, that just diffusing things on a regular basis. Wild orange is another really great one to diffuse for, especially if you know your kids are coming home and they're stressed out from school or whatever. Make sure that you've got something really nice diffusing, something that they like, okay, too. Another thing too is for stress, and when people are like overwhelmed and kind of have that grumpiness going on, a lot of times it's because they're taking on other people's energy. So Melaleuca for that, on the back of the neck, on your heart, on the inside elbow creases right here, and then on your solar plexus. And I'm not sure if you can get your kids to do that, but even if you could get them to put a little bit of Melaleuca on their feet at night, and if you could get it on in the morning and at night, that would be ideal. But that Melaleuca helps to release that emotional overwhelm. So I just looked at the time, and I can't believe how quickly it goes by for me. I'm talking away. But for those of you who may be seeing this video and don't know about essential oils, please let me know. I just started a doTERRA essential oil business. It's a tool that I have to use with my coaching business, and so I've got a team that will help you, get the information you need. But please reach out to me if you're interested in some of these oils to help reduce stress, help you feel connected to your voice, help you feel more confident, and have more energy, mental energy, physical energy. They're amazing. So anyway, thank you all for being here today. I love you and I appreciate your support, and I will chat with you next week.